Hello, everyone. You are watching the Pet Pawcast, and we're so thrilled to have you with us. April.
Hey, John.
Here we are again.
Here we are again.
And hopefully, in this episode, we're going to do what we've been doing, which is to share information about these beautiful animals.
Mm-hmm.
And there's your little Jade.
Aww.
My little one is, and I'm so tired of it. He's up on the sofa, and then he's down on the floor.
He's right where he wants
right
to be.
now, his name is Willie, and he's down on the floor. He's down here someplace, but that's fine. So we'll. But what we're going to do on this episode is we have a chance to look at animals serve in many different roles.
Yes.
Including the outstanding canine units.
Yes.
That help police departments all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to visit with Wilmington Police Department canine unit.
Yeah.
And then also we're going to meet the Office of Animal Welfare Director, who's going to join us. Delaware is so lucky to have an Office of Animal Welfare.
Mm-hmm.
This is a state office that devotes all of its attention to dealing with the care of our animals, but also cracking down on people who either abuse animals, neglect animals, and so on. And we need to be coming after you. You can't be neglecting these beautiful creatures.
I love that. I love your passion for the animals. And so I think I'm going to really enjoy today's segment, and I hope you enjoy it as well. When we think about pets, just serving in certain capacities, of our lives or whatever, service pets in general, like those are that is the most sensitive, topic or pot, you will, if our dogs could participate and help us out in. And so when we think about service animals, they do so many different things. You talk about crime dogs or bomb sniffing dogs, emotional pet dogs.
That's
like
right.
There's so many.
Think about how many
levels.
people around the country are helped by animals, by dogs.
Yes.
That's
from disasters to everything. Like, these dogs are amazing. The fact that they can actually be trained to do that, to save lives of humans, that is amazing.
Well, unfortunately, our natural disasters are becoming more frequent.
Yeah, they
and inevitably you see a dog stepping in to see if they can find a person who's missing.
Yes.
But that's how we'll begin today, and we will remind ourselves how lucky we are that we have these dogs serving as police officers, essentially.
Yeah.
So we'll go. This was taped at the Humane Animal Partners on A Street in Wilmington. We thank them for helping us out with various segments that we taped down there. But this is Sergeant Andrew Conine and his officer partner,
Barry. Oh, he's so cute. Barry is the cutest dog. I think John was jealous at how long I was actually petting Barry.
She kept me from Barry. Watch this, because I'm trying to get to Barry. I couldn't get to Barry. See what you think. All right, so this is Sergeant Andrew Conine from the Wilmington Police Department, and with him is his partner, Barry. Say hi to Barry.
Hey, Barry, you are gorgeous. Like, I am just so jealous. This coat of yours is amazing.
Hey, thank you.
Tell us about Barry.
So, Canine Barry's 3 years old. I'm his new handler. He was with another officer, Lieutenant Bozeman, here. I lost my canine partner back in March, Canine XO, so I was kind of without a pup. Lieutenant Bozeman left for some training for a while, and it was just a good fit that I took over as Barry's handler. Now, Barry's our first therapy wellness dog. So it's a different speed that I'm used to with the canines, but we do tons of community engagement events. In fact, we had 5 demonstrations that Barry and I came from today, as well as some of our other canines. So he is definitely a hit. Definitely a hit.
Now there's a difference here. When we say canine, a lot of I think folks maybe watching would think, okay, they're the bomb sniffing dogs. Right. They search for people who are deceased in disasters and things like that. Yeah. But this, Barry, you mentioned a compassion dog.
Yes.
And so there are different uses.
Completely different role. Completely different role. So if an officer goes to a scene and it's an upsetting scene, they come back, they want to speak to somebody, they're feeling some sort of way. Barry and I can go out, hopefully brighten their day a little bit. Again, if a resident comes in, if they see something that somewhat traumatic and they're feeling down, we bring Barry out. And
so what would that engagement look like? What would Barry do?
So generally, we'll come in, we'll introduce ourselves. If they're comfortable, with dogs and they're comfortable with petting dogs, we'll ask if they want to pet Barry. We'll bring Barry over, and he'll go over, he'll sniff you. He loves getting loved, and he'll normally fall down on his back, which he was doing, rolling over on his belly, and it's, for whatever reason, with these dogs with these big floppy ears, it's very soothing. And just having him for a few weeks and taking him to these schools and summer camps and some faith-based organizations, we've really seen the impact of how these really sweet dogs make people feel.
Wow.
Obviously, he's a little tired now because we've been running around all day.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. So you said that you had EXO. Tell us a little bit about EXO.
So EXO was my partner that I got in 2015.
Okay.
He was a year and a half old when I got him. I was brand new to Conine. He was a dual-purpose canine, so his job was detecting drugs, also patrol, apprehension. But EXO was a very special dog where he was very social, very social. And once I had him for about a year, I really saw that he was great with people, especially kids, and phenomenal with other animals. The unique thing about EXO was that if I needed to use him for something serious on the street, I could. But an hour later, we could go to a school and kids could tug on his ear and tail and pet him, and he was like Barry.
Yeah.
So very unique dog. We did a lot of demonstrations, a lot of community engagement opportunities together.
Yeah.
Not only was it good for our residents, but I think it's good for us as officers to go to these events. Our mental health is important too, and that's why we still try to do a lot of those as a unit. It's a win-win for everybody. But EXO was very special. I got promoted in 2019, and Chief Tracy then made me the public information officer, but he saw how good EXO was with the community, so we kept EXO on kind of as our ambassador. We continued to go to demonstrations as public information officer. I did a lot of that. And then I took over Conine about 2.5 years ago. I brought EXO back on, mainly with community engagement, but also he still got recertified to sniff for drugs, so we didn't have to call an officer off the street. EXO was in-house, we could bring him there.
Yeah. Well, I want you to know that we know how close you were with EXO. So this program is, this first episode of the Pet Pawcast, we're really dedicating it to the memory of EXO. Okay, so
that's amazing. I'm all choked up. I definitely understand the relationship between a pet and a person, and people really don't understand like how much you actually love your pet. They become one. Yeah, they become like one of your children, and that loss is just unimaginable. And I can see, just how emotional that makes you. Are you?
It's a transition.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's difficult, and I don't want to ever compare Barry to EXO.
Yeah.
It's like I would never compare my kids to each other.
Yeah.
They're completely different.
Yeah.
I miss EXO. I have tons of photos all over my phone and in the office at home. He was a great dog. Ended up getting cancer, and it just it happened quickly.
Yeah, I will say, Barry, I think represents something new in policing. Under Chief Tracy and now under Chief Wilfredo Campos with the Wilmington Police Department. The police have kind of moved. They are trying their best to move beyond strictly law enforcement. In other words, we all think of police as coming because something bad happens. Okay, that may be, but police also have the ability now to help a situation. Sergeant Conine mentioned earlier that that's why Barry will step in and maybe soothe a child or a family that has just gone through a traumatic experience. So once again, and there's another story that happens to be here at HAP, which is that I believe your last two canine officers that have now joined the Wilmington Police Department came from HAP.
So it was the stars were aligned. It was a really cool story. We had two openings. We had people apply. We selected two handlers. I was about to drive down to North Carolina with some of my team members to purchase some canines where we traditionally would get them from, and they're expensive. And I had a friend, Jade, who works at HAP down in Stanton, and she just called me 2 days after I selected the handlers and said, hey, we just had these two Shepherd Mal mixes, brothers, intact. They had some basic training in obedience. Would you like to come and see him? And I said, absolutely. So we went down, we tested him out. We asked Humane Animal Partners if we could pair them up with the handlers, respectively, for a week and retest them. We did. They did very well, and that was in January, and they graduated last month, and they've already hit the street, and they're doing a great job.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
This dog is beautiful. You want to trade?
I love little dogs, too. I have a corgi at home.
And in the next interview, we're switching because I
Are you jealous?
I want to be closer to the animal.
Oh my God.
All right, so look, Sergeant Andrew Conine, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And again, this is in, we're doing all this in EXO's memory.
Thank you.
And we wish you the best of luck with Barry moving forward.
Thank you.
And continue doing all the good work that you do
Oh my God, belly
throughout the
rubs.
city of Wilmington. This is one tremendous police officer here.
Well, thank you.
Aw,
Well, we
I love
have
it.
support from our chief down. They're
I know you
very
do.
supportive of the community engagement.
I know you do.
And it's really nice to work for a department like this.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this dog just wants you to love him.
That's
Like-
it. That's his #1 job.
Oh my God, like how could you not be happy with this guy? You are gorgeous.
Alrighty, and the Pet Pawcast continues. April, good to be with you, as
It's
always.
good to be here, John. It's good to be with you. How are you?
Doing fine,
Doing
and
fine.
that was fun being out at HAP, the
Yes.
Humane Animal Partners,
Yes.
for the first part of the show. We're back in our DETV studios,
I like it.
and we're of course coming to you from beautiful downtown Wilmington.
Oh.
And in Wilmington, you know, you're in the middle of it all.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. I love being here. I like being out on set, you know, being in public, you know, being able to see everything. But coming back home, like, it's nothing like being in here, sitting in your own environment, just kind of relaxed and chill. And I love it.
Especially being with our animals, our dogs. And this is, I don't know that Willie's been properly introduced yet, but this
Let me see.
This is Wilmington, but we call him Willie.
Okay. Why Wilmington? Where'd you get the name from?
Oh, I like naming our dogs after local, either the city or things in the city.
Mhm.
Like our other dog, his name is Rodney, but his real name is Rodney Square.
Right.
And actually, when he arrives at the vet, they announce him as Rodney Square. And I always say, you can just call him Rodney. It's fine. So.
And listen, call me by my surname. I like it. All right. So, and everybody knows this is my baby. This is Jade. Say hi. We're kind of coordinating today. But, you know, we didn't do it on purpose. It just happened. No, I'm only kidding. We absolutely did it on
You
purpose.
did it on purpose.
We did.
That's beautiful.
She's behaving today, which is great. And the last time she was on set, she was going through a transition. She had come into her first heat, and I felt so terrible. And it was just like, oh my God, I didn't get the program fast enough. I didn't get her. And it was amazing because, you know, I learned some stuff, you know, while she was going through that transition.
Well, that's the program is about our pets and us as the family.
Yes.
And we learn things from the show, and lo and behold, we learned about that.
We did, and I felt better afterward. I don't want to give too many spoilers away, but as we go along this journey, you'll get to see, you know, how our pets grow, and then the information that, you know, we can share with you guys. And I'm taking this journey, and I am loving every moment of it. It took me 10 years to redo it again, you know, after I lost my my other miniature Yorkie, and so 10 years was a really long time. But now I feel like, oh my gosh, like I shouldn't have waited a day. Like, but it was perfect because I got the perfect dog, and she's not a replica, but she almost looks exactly like Ruby. And so my other dog's name was Ruby, and so I stayed with the gems. So as you know, this is Jade. So if anything ever happens to Jade, I might have to get a diamond. I don't know. We'll see. So what we got going on?
Well, in this part of the program, we have a special guest from the state of Delaware.
Oh.
So let's welcome in Christina Motoyoshi, who is the executive director of the Office of Animal Welfare for the state of Delaware. And, you know, I'm just going to say this up front. I think Chris and her staff do a wonderful job. And this is such an important office for Delaware and for people who own pets and people who should treat pets as they're supposed to, because they not only have animal welfare services, but they have animal enforcement services.
Nice.
When either an animal's lost or somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing to animals. So let's get into it. And welcome, Chris, to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks
It's
for
really,
having me.
yeah, it's good to have you with us. And so you go ahead and tell us a little bit about the Office of Animal Welfare.
Sure. So we are a state agency dedicated to companion animals. So we're dedicated to their protection and also promoting the human-animal bond, because most people think of pets as their family members, and we consider them as such. And we know that they are so important to our health and well-being and vice versa. So we really try to promote that through all of our programs. So we were created a little over 10 years ago. It's been 11 years now.
Wow.
And we're really one of the only state agencies dedicated to pets that there are in the country. I think there are a few others that may have cropped up now, but we're unique in that way. And I think, it's another great thing about Delaware being small. We're able to do some things that other states may not be able to do as well. And so we coordinate all programs that are dedicated to pets.
Okay.
And that includes the enforcement unit, as you spoke, Delaware Animal Services. So we enforce animal cruelty, dog control, and rabies control in the state.
Oh.
But we also have some other programs, such as our low-cost spay neuter program that's available to the community. We have a disaster response program that helps pets and their pet owners in disasters. And we have some regulatory oversight of animal shelters and animal welfare officer training and certification. So we do a little bit of everything, but it's all under one umbrella. And we're really a resource for the community, but also for our policymakers who are looking at policies that involve animals, and we advise on those as well.
Now, there's too much to go into the history, the history here, but it was before 10 years ago. It was very scattered in terms of how we handled animal welfare services, animal enforcement services. The Department of Agriculture had something to do with it. The state of Delaware's.
Okay.
So, but it's really coordinated now, and you've been there since the beginning.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
you were the pioneering that office.
Yeah, there was a small group of us, and we really got to put this in place and build it, with the direction we were given from the General Assembly when we were created. And so that's been really rewarding, and to see it all kind of come together now is great.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, at the time, there was just a lot of fragmentation of services. There was a lot of confusion for the public. There wasn't any standardized training for animal welfare officers. There was no regulation of animal shelters. So all of those things kind of were really our marching orders when we were created, and we've helped put those things in place.
So you coordinate statewide, and so there's a Newcastle, Kent, and Sussex County effort underway through your office, and you coordinate. I know you contract with a shelter that handles a lot of the work, if
That's
you will.
right.
Now, your office, you have the animal enforcement folks,
Right.
So maybe I can start by asking the question.
Sure.
Like any of us do, we want to call someone if we see an animal, a stray animal, an animal who's being hurt in some way, or what number do we call?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to hear from the public, because you're really our eyes and ears out there. And if you can alert us to anything that you see, then we can do something about it and investigate. That number is 302-255-4646.
Okay.
And that's 24/7. We have normal operating hours, but we will come out at night for emergencies. And then also our website, if you have a non-emergency complaint, that's animalservices.delaware.gov.
And I think it's important at this point to point out to our viewers what that number is good for and what it's not good for, because it's whenever if as an animal owner, I know how I am. If something's wrong with my dog, it's like I want to talk to someone, and I think there's like one agency that handles everything, but you don't handle everything.
Right.
So what do you do?
So we handle enforcement. So if there's a dog attack or a stray dog, or you see someone harming an animal, those are the things we want you to report to us that we would investigate. But if you need to surrender a pet, for instance, or you need help regarding that pet, and maybe you're having some difficulties and you need some advice on how to properly care for that pet, your animal shelters and rescues are going to be your best resource there, because they run an animal shelter. They can tell you if they have space in their adoption program, but also they might be able to address some issues that might prevent that animal from being surrendered in the first place.
Right.
You know, maybe you need access to a pet food pantry or some low-cost veterinary services or just some behavioral help. They can assist with that as well.
So you did say that you guys have a spay neuter program. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So the state has a, now it's a free spay neuter program that's available to individuals who qualify, who are low income and receiving some sort of public assistance.
Okay.
And they can apply and they can get pets spayed and neutered and vaccinated for rabies for free. So it's a great resource. They can have this done at any of our participating veterinary providers.
Okay.
There's over 20 of them statewide.
Okay.
So they can take care of that. And that website is spayneuterdelaware.gov. So if they want to go to that website, they can find out if they qualify, how they apply, and find out more about that program.
Oh, that is amazing.
That's good.
Yeah.
There is one more thing that you and I, April, could do, and all of our viewers could do, and that is purchase it, because we have for our vehicles, purchase a license tag, and they have a special one for animal welfare, and we'll have that up on the screen. But tell us about how that works.
Yes, I'd be happy to. So we just redesigned the animal welfare license plate. It is a specialty plate available through Delaware DMV, and you can get this and put this on your car. It's really nice looking. Has a variety of pets featured on a like park-like setting. And about the plate itself costs $50. $35 of that goes into our spay neuter fund. So that helps to continue to help either low-income families with their pets or homeless animals to get them spayed and neutered. Through that program, we give it to them as well.
That is a good cause or whatever. I did a specialty plate. Yours weren't available at the time. I did, I think it was wildlife. I did that one, and it's beautiful. It's like the butterflies and the little flowers on it, but I think I might have to switch.
Yeah, they look really nice. They tell everybody, hey, I love animals. I'm an animal friendly person, and you can support a cause at the same time.
I love that. So tell me, if there was, I know you said it's been about 10 years, right, since you guys have gotten in the door, you've evolved, and you put these wonderful initiatives together to ensure the wealth and the humane part of us having pets or whatever. If there was one thing extra that you could add, what would that be?
I think for pet owners, just to be good pet owners, be responsible pet owners. Not just in providing proper care for your pet. I mean, you have an obligation to provide them with proper housing, proper food, proper nutrition, and also the love and attention like these guys here are getting. I mean, it's obvious that they are very much loved, and that's what we want for all pets. So don't get a pet if you can't provide that for them. And then also, when you're out walking your dog, please make sure your dog's secure. We respond to an alarming number of dog bites and dog attacks every year. Oh, wow. And I'd love to say it's going down, but it is not.
Really?
So don't take your dog out or put them in situations that they might get into trouble if they're not, used to being in those situations. Maybe they're not, friendly with other dogs.
Yes.
Don't put them in those situations. But if you do take them out, make sure they're secure. Retractable leashes are not our friend because you have no control over your dog. So just encouraging people to really be responsible, have your pets vaccinated against rabies at a minimum, to make sure that if something does happen, you're protected, your pet's protected.
There are an unbelievable number of, and I know you love your pet because you provide a nice home for the pet, but why do you walk your pet off the leash? I think it's great that I see a dog that's trained to walk off a leash. That's fine. Right. But the dog can get into trouble, and it's nothing that's intended.
Right.
But it happens, and it causes problems for everyone. So please, and look at me. I'm here with my dog on a set of a television show.
I don't have one of those.
and I have a leash. But,
I'm being defiant today. I have
Yeah.
no leash.
all right, now there's another issue, but I don't know that we have time right now to go into the whole thing. But there is your office is going to manage what's called animal abuse registry program.
So
And we're going to do something more with that, April, on another Pet Pawcast. We're going to get into that a little bit more. But if you abuse an animal, you quite frankly, you should be held accountable. I think publicly you should be out there for people. Can you see their face? Is it just a name?
Yeah, so you'll see a picture of the person,
wow.
their name, and what the offenses were that they were convicted of. So it's misdemeanor or felony animal cruelty. They'll be on a animal abuse offender list.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And it's unfortunate that you even have to do something like that.
Yeah.
But I firmly believe in that because I think it might wake some people up. I hope it does.
Yeah, it does too. I know being a pet owner, it definitely requires a certain level of responsibility, right? Like you have opened up your heart and your home, to say that I want this pet and I'm going to do the best that I can to take care of this pet, right? And I think that when a person has come to the realization that this is too much for me, there's ways that we can do it. There are ways, as you said,
Right.
that you can surrender your pet if you are overwhelmed,
Right.
if you're sick, if you not financially can't, just bear this responsibility anymore. It is definitely pet responsibility, humane responsible, to do it in the right way. And I'm glad that, there are places that people can, you can go on the website and you can see how to do that, if you don't have that information readily available. Right. But I think that, just being a pet owner, it does require, just all the love and patience, that you would give a child, because they become one of them, literally.
We got to take care of these babies.
Yeah, man,
All right.
they're so adorable.
And Chris Motoyoshi, the work you're doing over at the Office of Animal Welfare is really, really good work. And we thank you for spending some time with us today on the Pet
It was
Pawcast.
fun. I loved it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
We'll have you back again.
Yeah, we'll have you back.
Perfect.
Listen, anything
Anytime.
that's going on over there, you want us to be made aware of, you want us to tell it to the public, please just reach out and we will have you back on. We can Zoom you in. We can do it on a telephone call, whatever that looks like. But we really appreciate you taking the time and coming over. Is there anything else that you have that you would like to share with us or with our viewers?
Just remember, if you're looking for a pet, all of our shelters have wonderful pets available for adoption. We partner with Brandywine Valley SPCA, and every animal we pick up ends there. So they need all the help they can get to put these pets in good homes.
Yeah, and this the Pet Pawcast is designed to specifically point out the good work being done by these shelters and to urge people to become volunteers
Perfect.
or to contribute goods that the shelters may need. So,
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. One more question. Is there a way that, I know you guys are the state of Delaware, can people volunteer with you guys?
They cannot volunteer for us just by the nature of the work that we do, but we do encourage them to volunteer at the shelters. Absolutely.
Okay.
But take all that volunteer goodness and send it right back out to the shelters.
Yes,
Okay?
yes.
That's right.
All right.
Love that.
Thanks,
Thank
Chris.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with
Thanks
us.
so much.
Alrighty,
you.
and the Pet Pawcast continues.
Yes. Well, John, it has been another great episode here on the Pet Pawcast.
If
with
we do
DETV.
think so, if we do think so ourselves.
If we do think so ourselves,
we hope you think they're okay.
We hope so.
And I stepped on you when you said DETV.
That's okay, because we already know we on DETV.
Okay.
We love it.
All right. Well, we hope you join us for future episodes of the Pet Pawcast. And we try to close it with something that a little bit thoughtful from time to time or funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been an admirer of Neil deGrasse Tyson, who is an astrophysicist, a writer, I think just an incredibly intelligent man. But I just thought this was kind of interesting. He talks about the universe, the world, but in this case, he's talking about dogs.
Really?
Listen to this.
Okay.
Those who own dogs, you know that every time you come back from wherever you went, the dog is happy and it's jumpy and it wants to lick you in the face. Even if you just went to get mail from the mailbox, They delight in your return. If you want to take them out for a car ride, they're the first in the car.
Oh.
They jump in. They don't care where it's going, but they're going somewhere. They're some of the most joyous creatures that live among us. Dogs don't live as long as we do. Every single day a dog lives is equivalent to a week of your life. If they only get 1 day for every week you're alive, they make every day count. I'm just suggesting that their lives have already factored in their mortality. When I look at a dog, I use that as a reminder of how I should live every day of my life. Because I get to live 7 times as long as the dog.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
okay, so
Yeah.
Keep
I
that-
love that perspective.
keep that in mind. We don't have them, we are in their life in its entirety, but they are, we
Wow.
lose them early
Yeah.
in our life.
Yeah.
So,
You looking at it through that lens or whatever, it makes you
Yeah.
appreciate them just that
know.
much more, because it's true. Like we, the way it's supposed to be, the cycle of life, we
I
will
know.
outlive our pets, but
Yep.
that is amazing.
it is. It was good. I thought that was really
That
nice.
was
So,
nice. Thank you. I appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, that
April,
perspective is
I think it's nice being with you too. So,
Aw,
you
I
ju-
think you like me, John.
I think I like you.
All right.
Alrighty. We'll see you on the next episode of the Pet Pawcast. We love our pets. They love us.
Right here on DETV.
There you go.